Dude, tired of wasting time and money on overhyped games? I've put together an insanely good list for you. After spending months carefully choosing and playing each one, I ended up with an incredible selection of 19 single-player games that are truly worth every bit of your time and money. I'm sure these games will become your favorites, if they aren't already. Let's get to the list.
1. Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. Kicking off this absurdly good list is a game that is a phenomenal investment in pure stealth sandbox freedom. Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. Hideo Kojima delivered a masterpiece in systemic design that gives you nearly limitless ways to tackle any mission. The core value here is the emergent gameplay loop. You're given a massive open-world sandbox, Afghanistan or Africa, and a mission objective, and the game trusts you to use every single gadget, vehicle, and buddy to achieve it. That feeling of planning a nighttime infiltration, using Quiet as a sniper, and exfiltrating via the Fulton recovery system, it never gets old. The mechanics are ridiculously deep. The Fulton system itself is an addiction, driving you to kidnap every single enemy, animal, and piece of equipment to expand your mother base, your real time sink. The technical fidelity and player agency are top tier. I personally spent entire sessions just trying to clear a heavily guarded outpost non-lethally for a random sandstorm to roll in and change my entire strategy. MGSV is an absurdly good investment because it delivers a masterclass in sandbox espionage and endless replayability.
Get out of your apartment building. You're not safe.
Next up, we have a game that is an absolute must-buy for its immersive sci-fi atmosphere and unparalleled player choice, Prey. Arcane Studios delivered a game that respects your intelligence, and it got criminally overlooked. The core value is the systemic design of the space station Talos 1. The entire station is interconnected, and the game gives you multiple, legitimate ways to bypass every obstacle. You can hack a terminal, use the glue cannon to build a makeshift ladder, or find the keycard through exploration. That level of player agency is absurdly high. The mechanics are phenomenal. The glue cannon is one of the best tools in gaming, letting you platform, seal steam leaks, or immobilize enemies. And let's not forget the terrifying mimics, forcing you to approach every object with paranoia. My personal experience was trying to reach a high-level area by using the recycler charge on a pile of debris, only to realize I could just repair a ventilation shaft nearby. Prey is an absurdly good investment because it's a dense, atmospheric simulation that rewards curiosity, lateral thinking, and truly makes you feel like you're surviving a dangerous sci-fi ordeal.
3. The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt. Let's talk about the ultimate investment in narrative depth and open world value. The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt. This game is an essential, absurdly good masterpiece that defines the modern action RPG. The core value here is that the game is packed with meaningful narrative content. You buy this game for the main story, but you get addicted to the side quests. Each one is written with the depth and moral ambiguity of a main mission. The narrative density is why your time vanishes. The progression loop is addictive. You're constantly hunting monsters for better gear, brewing new potions and oils, the alchemy system is key, and improving Geralt's combat signs. Mastering the combat system and its required preparation is a deep reward. I personally spent countless hours just exploring the stunning vistas of Skellige and getting lost in the politics of Valen. The Witcher 3 is an absurdly good investment because it delivers a massive, beautiful role-playing sandbox where consequence is king and the storytelling is unmatched. 4. Assassin's Creed: The Ezio Collection. Rounding out the first block, we have an essential investment in historical atmosphere and character progression. Assassin's Creed: The Ezio Collection. This is not just one game, but 3 remastered masterpieces that tell one of the best trilogies in gaming history.
The core value is the sheer volume of high-quality content and the flawless character arc. You follow Ezio Auditore from his youth in Florence to his wisdom in Constantinople. The narrative commitment across 3 full games is an absurd amount of value for the price. The gameplay loop is the classic AC formula perfected. Fluid parkour traversal over stunning, historically accurate European cities, combined with the satisfying counter-based combat system. The addictive loop is conquering territory, renovating cities, and building your brotherhood. My personal obsession was spending hours in Brotherhood, just commanding my assassins to take out targets. The Ezio collection is an absurdly good investment because it provides a massive, high-value package of historical immersion, masterful stealth mechanics, and one of the most beloved protagonists in gaming.
Number 5. Ghost of Tsushima. Moving on, we have a game that is an absurdly good investment in artistic beauty and pure, focused immersion. Ghost of Tsushima. Sucker Punch created a world that is simply meditative to exist in. The core value here is the flawless execution of the samurai fantasy. The entire open world is gorgeous, and the game encourages organic exploration using the guiding wind mechanic, which subtly directs you without distracting UI markers. That sense of freedom and beauty is priceless. The combat system is the addiction loop. The stance-based parry counter mechanic makes every duel feel like a scene from a Kurosawa movie. The skill ceiling is high, and the satisfaction of perfectly executing a standoff is incredible. I personally spent hours just exploring the entire island, hunting for the hidden haiku spots and hot springs. Tsushima is an absurdly good investment because it's a massive, beautiful open-world sandbox that delivers high-stakes melee combat and an unforgettable emotional journey. 6. Hell is Us. Next, we have a game that's an investment in high-concept storytelling and atmosphere. Hell is Us, this new IP, is already turning heads because it delivers a unique, dark action-adventure experience. The core value is its setting, a modern country devastated by psychological trauma that manifests itself as bizarre and monstrous entities. The game strongly leans into environmental storytelling and moral ambiguity, forcing you to confront difficult questions about the nature of fear and violence. The combat system is speculated to be deliberate and high impact, focusing on mastering a single customized weapon and engaging carefully with enemies. It's not a hack and slash, it's an intense and focused mechanical experience. Personally, I was captivated by the art direction. The fusion of recognizable modern environments with monstrous, distorted entities is visually striking. Hell is Us is an insanely good investment because it's a bold title that prioritizes deep storytelling, atmosphere, and a unique, uncompromising vision. 7. Horizon Forbidden West. Let's talk about a game that is an essential investment in technical spectacle, graphical fidelity, and satisfying tactical combat. Horizon Forbidden West. This sequel is a monumental achievement in open-world design. The core value here is the unmatched beauty and density of the open world. Exploring the massive map, from lush jungles to flooded valleys, is a visual feast. The game leverages the PS5's power to deliver stunning machine designs and massive environmental draw distances. The combat loop is the addiction. Fighting the giant mechanical beasts is a tactical puzzle every time. You're constantly using Aloy's focus scan, crafting elemental arrows, and stripping off armor plates to expose weaknesses. That feeling of downing a massive tremor tusk is immensely rewarding. I personally lost an entire week just exploring the underwater areas and finding all the secrets in the massive ruins. Forbidden West is an absurdly good investment because it delivers a massive amount of meaningful content, challenging combat depth, and a world that is simply stunning to inhabit.
8. A Plague Tale Requiem. Rounding out this block, we have a game that is an essential investment in narrative tension and raw emotional immersion. A Plague Tale Requiem. This is a sequel that ups the ante on scale, horror, and emotional cost. The core value is the cinematic storytelling and the relentless sense of vulnerability. The journey of Amicia and Hugo is emotionally taxing, forcing you to use stealth,
alchemy, and distraction to survive against soldiers and the terrifying, massive rat swarms. The technical spectacle is absurd. The PS5 renders hundreds of thousands of individual rats flowing like a dark tide. This rat engine is a technological feat that creates an overwhelming, unforgettable threat. I personally found the moment-to-moment stealth and puzzle-solving loop incredibly tense. Requiem is an absurdly good investment because it delivers a focused, mature single-player experience that is visually stunning, emotionally gripping, and technically ambitious.
Number 9. Alan Wake 2. Moving on, we have a game that is an absurdly good investment in narrative structure and visual mastery. Alan Wake 2. Remedy delivered a sequel that pushes the boundaries of cinematic storytelling in gaming. The core value here is the dual protagonist structure. Switching between Saga Anderson's detective work in the Pacific Northwest and Alan Wake's descent into the terrifying dark place creates an incredible narrative and visual contrast. That constantly shifting perspective keeps the experience fresh. The technical fidelity is why this is a must-buy. The lighting and reflection systems are some of the best ever seen, making the dark forests and urban nightmares feel terrifyingly real. The use of live-action video elements integrated into the gameplay is a brilliant piece of mixed media design. I personally was obsessed with solving Saga's Mind Place caseboard. That detailed detective loop is super satisfying. Alan Wake 2 is an absurdly good investment because it's a profound, stylish, and challenging survival horror that delivers a narrative experience you'll be dissecting for years. 10. The Order 1886. Next up, we have a game that is a fantastic investment in pure artistic and atmospheric spectacle, The Order 1886. Yes, I know it was polarizing, but for the full price, the production value and atmosphere are still unmatched. The core value is the unmatched visual fidelity. This game is a masterclass in graphics, lighting, and detail, perfectly capturing a dark, steampunk Victorian London filled with knights and werewolves. The cinematic presentation, with its unique aspect ratio, truly makes you feel like you are playing a movie. The combat system is a tight, satisfying third-person cover shooter that focuses on weighty gunplay and unique Tesla-powered weaponry. The aesthetic design of the weapons and gadgets is incredible and adds a unique mechanical flair. I personally loved the rich, dark world building and the lore surrounding the Knights of the Round Table and the Lycans. The Order 1886 is an absurdly good investment because it's a focused, high-value experience that delivers an unforgettable blend of history, fantasy, and technical excellence. 11. Batman Arkham Knight. Let's talk about the game that is the definitive, absurdly good investment in superhero power fantasy. Batman Arkham Knight. Rocksteady perfected their formula here, delivering an open-world Gotham that truly lets you be the Dark Knight. The core value here is the flawless mechanical loop. The free-flow combat system is the best brawler system in history. The feeling of chaining dozens of hits, gadgets, and team-up moves is unparalleled kinetic satisfaction. The grapnel traversal across the huge city is instantly addictive. The open world of Gotham is massive, dense, and packed with content. The Predator stealth scenarios are brilliant, offering complex, multi-layered puzzles that reward tactical thinking. The sheer volume of Riddler trophies alone justifies the investment in content. I personally spent entire nights just gliding from rooftop to rooftop, taking in the atmosphere and stopping random crimes. Arkham Knight is an absurdly good investment because it's a technical showpiece that delivers on every promise of being Batman in a rich, dark sandbox. 12. Bloodborne. Rounding out this block, we have a game that is an essential, absurd investment in atmospheric horror and demanding skill, Bloodborne. From Software created an experience that will permanently change how you approach action games. The core value is the aggressive combat philosophy. Unlike the defensive Souls games, Bloodborne forces you to play offensively with the regain system. You recover health by immediately counterattacking after taking damage. This creates an intense, terrifying risk versus reward loop.
The visual and narrative atmosphere is the lasting hook. The world of Yharnam descends from Victorian Gothic dread into pure Lovecraftian cosmic horror. The environmental storytelling is masterful, encouraging you to piece together the dark lore yourself. I remember the moment I finally mastered the parry with the pistol against a tricky enemy. The satisfaction is immense. Bloodborne is an absurdly good investment because it offers an unforgettable artistic vision, deep skill-based mechanics, and a profound sense of conquering a truly terrifying world.
Number 13, Silent Hill 2 Remake. Moving on, we have a game that is an essential, absurdly good investment in psychological horror in narrative fidelity, Silent Hill 2 Remake. This is the definitive way to experience one of the greatest horror stories ever written. The core value is the unsettling atmosphere and profound psychological themes. Bloober Team is meticulously recreating the terrifying fog-drenched town, using the PS5's 3D audio to make every distant moan and radio crackle feel incredibly immediate and personal. That sense of dread is priceless. The narrative is the biggest hook. James Sunderland's search for his dead wife is a deep, emotionally complex story that is legendary in gaming history. The remake updates the control scheme to modern standards, making the slow burn horror experience more immersive than ever. I personally am obsessed with seeing the updated monster designs and how they represent James's internal guilt. Silent Hill 2 Remake is an absurdly good investment because it delivers a masterclass in atmosphere, narrative weight, and focused survival horror.
14. The Last of Us Part 2. Next up, we have a game that is an investment in uncompromising emotional depth and brutal mechanical realism, The Last of Us Part 2. Naughty Dog took massive narrative risks, and the result is an essential, unforgettable single-player journey. The core value is the brutal realism of the combat. The third-person cover system is perfected, and the feeling of impact, the desperate close-quarters melee, and the intense resource scarcity make every encounter feel like a fight for survival. The PS5 performance makes this combat flow incredibly smooth. The narrative is the main engine. It's a massive, mature story about the cycle of violence, forcing you to play from multiple, complex perspectives. That commitment to challenging the player's empathy is why the game leaves such a powerful mark. I personally found the environmental detail in Seattle to be unparalleled. The level design constantly rewards careful exploration. The Last of Us Part 2 is an absurdly good investment because it sets the bar for graphic fidelity, mechanical realism, and complex, mature storytelling. 15. Resident Evil 7. Let's talk about a game that is an essential, absurdly good investment in pure, focused horror immersion. Resident Evil 7. Capcom redefined the series by throwing us into the terrifying first-person perspective in a claustrophobic Louisiana farmhouse. The core value is the claustrophobic, overwhelming atmosphere. The first-person perspective makes the horror incredibly personal, and the Baker family are some of the most memorable antagonists in gaming history. The initial vulnerability you feel is priceless. The gameplay loop is perfect survival horror. You're constantly juggling a tiny inventory, solving clever environmental puzzles, and managing scarce ammo while being stalked by terrifying, seemingly unkillable enemies. This creates constant high-stakes tension. I remembered the sheer psychological dread of the Mia tape sequence, a brilliant piece of interactive horror design. Resident Evil 7 is an absurdly good investment because it's a masterclass in atmosphere, focused level design, and delivering a terrifying, unforgettable single-player experience.
16. God of War Ragnarok. Rounding out this block, we have a game that is an essential, absurd investment in cinematic scale and masterful action. God of War Ragnarok. This sequel is a monumental piece of epic storytelling and mechanical perfection. The core value is the unmatched blend of narrative and gameplay. The main story is a massive, emotional conclusion to the Norse saga, but the game is packed with deep, meaningful side quests and massive exploration zones across the 9 realms. The combat system is the addiction loop. It's a heavy, brutal action RPG where mastering the Leviathan axe, Blades of Chaos, and the different runic attacks is deeply rewarding. The skill ceiling is high, especially in the Valkyrie Berserker boss fights. I personally spent hours perfecting my build and hunting down every hidden artifact and lore scroll. Ragnarok is an absurdly good investment because it delivers a massive, beautiful, and emotionally profound single-player epic that will define your gaming library. Number 17, Red Dead Redemption 2. Moving into the final 3, we have a game that is the ultimate investment in unparalleled simulation and narrative immersion, Red Dead Redemption 2. This is a massive, emotional epic that delivers absurd value for your time. The core value is the sheer depth of systemic realism. The world is massive, and every action has weight. You have to clean your guns, eat food, and manage your horse. That commitment to slow burn immersion is why you lose hundreds of hours just living the life of Arthur Morgan. The narrative is the biggest hook. The story of the Vanderlinde gang is a profound, somber masterpiece that provides an incredible emotional return. The volume of emergent encounters ensures that the world constantly creates its own unique stories for you. I personally spend entire weeks just hunting legendary animals and running side hustles because the world is so convincing. RDR2 is an absurdly good investment because it sets the bar for open world fidelity, character writing, and systemic depth. 18. Elden Ring. Next up, we have a game that is an essential, absurd investment in unrivaled exploration and mechanical mastery. Elden Ring. From Software took their legendary Souls formula and threw it into a gigantic, seamless open world. The core value is the unmatched build variety and exploration freedom. The lands between are packed with secrets, and the game trusts you to find them without handholding. That sense of organic discovery is the biggest time sink. The combat system is the addiction loop. The high difficulty forces you to master the timing, parries, and magic, but the sheer volume of ashes of war, weapons, and sorceries available encourages endless experimentation. You're always chasing that perfect broken build. I personally lost an entire summer just trying to find every hidden catacomb and legendary spell. Elden Ring is an absurdly good investment because it delivers a massive amount of challenging content, deep mechanics, and a profound sense of skill-based reward. 19. Marvel's Spider-Man. And finally, we close out this epic list with a game that is an essential, absurd investment in kinetic flow and pure fun. Marvel's Spider-Man. Insomniac delivered the definitive experience of being the web-slinger. The core value is the flawless traversal system. Web-swinging across the massive, dense Manhattan open world is pure bliss. The flow and kinetic energy of the movement are so perfectly tuned that you can spend hours just swinging without ever using fast travel. The combat system is the ultimate power fantasy. It flawlessly blends the Arkham free flow system with gadget utility and incredible web-based mobility. Hitting that 50-hit combo and instantly taking out a group of bad guys is a continuous, satisfying reward. I personally love just chasing down the simple crimes and collecting all the backpacks for the lore. Spider-Man is an absurdly good investment because it's a beautifully polished single-player action game that delivers a massive amount of pure, joyous gameplay and spectacular superhero action.
So, there you have it, guys. 19 absurd single-player games that are worth your time and money. From the stealth freedom of MGSV and the brutal atmosphere of Bloodborne, to the ultimate epics like The Witcher 3 and Elden Ring, these are the games that deliver guaranteed value. Which game on this list proved to be the best investment for you? And what absurd single-player masterpiece did I miss? Let me know in the comments below.